Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you how I check my scalp to look for any issues. I just want to put a disclaimer right here. If you have scalp issues or you thoroughly want to check your scalp and your follicles and everything, please go to a trichology. This is just something I do in-house in the house. So I'm first spraying my hair with some liquid and then I'm going to section my hair. Now, the way I'm sectioning my hair is going all back, and of course, I have a mirror to help me see what I'm doing. And I'm going all back, going 1 inch line. Okay. So, for me, because I can't see my scalp, I have to record or use my phone to do it. So you can see how I've sectioned my hair like that. And now what I'm doing is I'm just looking at my scalp, looking for any dry patches, looking for any flakes, looking for any discoloration or any thinning that might be occurring. Now, if you want to thoroughly do this, I would suggest you book an appointment with a trichologist. They have the gadget and the tools to look inside your scalp, but this is just something I'm doing in-house just to kind of have a memory. So how often would I suggest you do this? It depends on you. For me, to be honest with you, maybe like every 3 months or so. I don't get obsessively over my scalp. But like if my scalp is itching, for example, my scalp was feeling on fire. I used some products, I used too much of the product. So I had to kind of do a scalp check at that time. But you can say, oh, at the end of each month, you do a scalp check just to make sure that your scalp looks good. And if you know the path, when I say you know the path, you know the direction that you pat your hair, you'll be able to tell, oh, this area looks thinner or feels thinner. And like now, if you look at my scalp, you can see it looks normal, right? But you can see some flakes right over there. So in most cases, when you're checking your scalp, you actually want to start off with a clean scalp that removes any product buildup. But I just wanted to see if I had any dandruff, any flaking. That's why I decided to do it before I wash my hair. So the next thing, when you are going to check your scalp for scalp condition, you also want to get a mirror. You want either a handheld mirror or a standing mirror. I prefer using a standing mirror because that gives my hand freedom to be able to section off my hair like this. So I was using the sectioning comb, and after a while I ditched it and I took it again. I started using it again because you guys know I'm tender-headed. So just take the mirror and you want to hold it so that you can see the back of your head. So in my case, I'm using the mirror to see the front, to see what I'm patting, but then I'm using my camera, or you can use your phone to record and check. So you can kind of see that is my center part to my crown area. That looks fine. And then I'm just checking to make sure I'm still on focus, which, girl, I think I am. I'm not sure. So yeah, so you can see why I'm saying that it's good to record yourself, because you can really look and you can pause and zoom out. So the next step is inspecting your scalp. When you inspect your scalp, you are looking for any sign of scalp issues, scalp conditions. And what are those conditions? Conditions like redness, inflammation, flaking or scaling, like dandruff. You are looking for those kind of condition. This was when I ditched the comb because I was getting kind of upset at the comb. So bear with me, and just to let you know, I was doing this midnight because I couldn't sleep. Anyway, that's why I look so tired. So this is my scalp. This is another part of my scalp, how it looks like. Also, you want to inspect your scalp for itchiness, any form of tenderness that might be there. You also want to check for sores and lesions, and also thinning and balding. If you see thinning or balding patterns, you want to check for it. So now we're getting to the part that was actually my part of concern, that was like really burning, really feeling weird. And you can see just from what you're seeing, you'll see that there's more like flakes in that area. So let's talk about checking for flakes, right? So when you check for flakes, what some people say is that you can gently kind of scratch, your scalp to see if this flake is there. In my case, I don't need to scratch because you guys can see it. I can see it. You see those white things? I can see the flake. I can see one caked up right there in the middle, just right there. I can see it. And yeah. So if the flakes are falling off, they are dandruff. Now I'm looking at this part of my hair, just keeping note of it. It's as if I'm getting some form of thinning in that area, but I'm keeping note of it, and I'm just going to keep an eye on that back area. Also, you want to check to see how your scalp is producing oils. Okay, so you have your natural oils, your natural sebum. To be honest, you can't really check that very well on your own. Most of the time, the trichologists will use a tool to check for that. They can also check for overproduction of sebums. So that's one thing I would suggest. If you are really concerned, I will say book an appointment with a trichologist, dermatologist, so that they can go in there and assess. The next thing that you want to check for is like smells. If your scalp is producing a strong, unpleasant odor, it could be that you have a fungal infection. Next, you also want to check for sensitivity. If you have some form of sensitivity, if your scalp is sensitive to touch or tender, or at some point there could be some damage, there could be some onset of alopecia going on. So you really want to check that. And it's very important that you contact your dermatologist, your trichologist. You guys can see that this part of my hair is not as thick as the other side of my hair. So let me tell you something. My daughter, my youngest daughter, my oldest daughter, our right side of her hair is not as thick as the left side of her hair since she was born. That is the way her hair has been since she was born. You cannot tell because her hair looks really thick. But some people, it might not be alopecia. Some people have just thinner on one side than the other. And you can see just from looking at my scalp, you can see that the left side that I'm showing you right now was much more is much more thinner. Like the hair, there's not much hair in that area, it's much more thinner. So I'll just keep an eye on that. So just remember that, having an healthy scalp, you have to, when you have an healthy scalp, a healthy scalp should be clean, it should be dry, it should be free of irritation and flaking, and regularly checking your scalp can help identify potential. See that area, that thing? Yeah, I have to watch that area. Can help. So regular checking your scalp can really help identify potential issues early on and prevent more serious problems from developing. So I hope this has helped you guys out. Let me know, do you check your scalp regularly? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.